there YouTube friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a speed paint portrait of my dog to kick off opening up pet portrait commissions. You can head over to my Tumblr, the link is in the description, to get more information about how to commission me. So this is a special speed paint I've prepared for you today because I'm going to be giving tips along the way on the screen as well as describing my digital painting process. I will also be sharing the names of the brushes I used as I use them on the screen, most of them mainly purchased from Kyle T. Webster. The link is also in the description to his site. I hope some of my tips can be helpful to you in your own digital paintings. Overall, I think this portrait took me about an hour and 20 minutes of total painting time. I took 2 breaks in between, and although I tried to power through this and I didn't really give myself proper time to stretch and walk around on my breaks. This is important and I'm making it a goal to take better care of myself while I work this year. I had the photo reference up on my laptop screen and I painted this directly onto my tablet monitor, so you'll notice that I start my painting with flat blocks of color. I had in mind the colors that I wanted to use. I never drop a photo into Photoshop and use the eyedropper tool to pull the colors out of it that way. I'm not as concerned if the yellow-orange of my dog's fur, for instance, matches exactly to the real color of his fur in the photograph. As you can tell, I'm not a photorealistic artist. Anyways, placing these shapes helps me see the larger picture of my painting versus starting off with his eye, for instance, and rendering that and then moving on to the next thing. It may be a cumbersome way of working for some, but I like to work on my digital pieces in mostly all separate layers. This way, it allows me to delete part of a shadow shape if I need to, or move an eye if it's positioned funny. So when I took my first break, I sat back. I knew I was getting somewhere, but I wasn't sure where to go from there. I needed another set of eyes to look at it, so I sent the work in progress to a friend who gave me some good suggestions, one of which being that it looked a little flat, and that some cool color in the shadows on his fur could help bring some depth to the piece. Up until this point, I had been painting opaquely on individual layers. I continued to paint on individual layers, but I knew, for me, a method of getting quick color and mood changes to a piece that I'm comfortable with is to use blend modes on some new layers. I am a big fan in particular of the blend mode multiply as well as overlay, so I dropped a few layers in and started painting over top. These layers then affected everything underneath, and I was able to cool down the color of his fur. At this point, I also zoomed out, because one thing I realized when I sent the painting to my friend was that in the messenger window it shrunk the scale down of the picture and I really noticed how flat it looked. Working at a smaller scale while adding the cooler shadows helped me see where I could add some darker tones to give his head more definition and form. So just a fun fact here, one of my favorite brushes to use in general is Kyle T. Webster's Drawing Box Non-Photo Blue brush. At a large size, it can give a good large texture brush, and at a smaller size, with more pressure applied with your pen, it can give relatively crisp lines. So I think that's about it, but I hope you enjoyed watching and learning about my digital painting process. If you liked this video, want to see more videos like this, want to tell me about it, and want to tell others about it, well, you know what to do. Don't forget to check out my Tumblr to get an original portrait commission of a pet you love. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye!